YouTube seems to be live. I think it's showing, but that's probably because it's slow. Great. Okay. We are live. I didn't plan to do this stream. The stream planned to do itself. This article here, some maybe have seen, maybe not, I don't know. But they're planning on merging Remix and React Router and kind of creating a path to where React Router v7 is essentially Remix with the goal of allowing you to upgrade from an older version of React Router relatively simply rather than a complex like rewrite in order to bring Remix into your project. What I'm probably most interested in, that's why I'm doing this, is obviously I'm using React Router as pretty much anyone prior to Remix or Next was. And I'd like to get an understanding. I have multiple applications, but one in particular, Kaizen.place, that's using React Router, and I'd like to bring Remix in. I don't think React Router 7 is probably ready enough to do this, at least from looking at, they have a migration guide that's clearly not even written yet. But what I'm going to do is what's his name? Ryan, I want to say. Why can I not think of his name? I don't see him anyways, doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is, apparently you can just replace the Remix packages with the React Router ones when this is all done anyways. And so I'm more going to focus on taking an existing React Router application and then kind of like adding, is that right? Yeah, adding Remix to the mix. Try to keep it at an hour because I'm mostly just trying to explore this, and we'll see where that takes us. So let us dive in. And where do I want to begin? Could either do, I don't want to do a terrible create React app. We'll do a create Vite app. That makes more sense. That is. So just give me. Yes. Where is that really not the first thing that you show me? Getting started. There we go. Create. Put it. Doesn't matter. To Remix. Sure. To React. TypeScript. Well, that was faster than one would expect. This will be slower than one would expect. Okay, and let us take a peek. So here we will get a wonderful basic front-end app. So what I at least have in my situation, and I think this would be fairly common, is I have the front end separate. This is going to have to move here. Oops. And then I have a back end that serves it up. And that back end is something along the lines of express, and here, let's keep it simple. That'll do. And I want to do this app.get star. We want to return yeah, I might have to massage this a little bit to match kind of what I have. But let me see. We do an npm run build. Then what happens is we do get a distance. Okay, great. So that opens this guy up. Essentially what I'm looking for is use static, and then throw that to the dist folder. I probably have done something wrong, so we'll try that out in a second. And then res. Nope, I need to pick the res. Again, this will be here. Options. Why is that such a weird? It's going to complain about the root, as it always does. If that's this guy, send options. Surprise relative to path. Yeah. Okay. So then we'll say root is there, and then I think we should just be able to do. And if I am correct, which I'm probably not, maybe. Wow, first try, not so bad. Cool. So this is now a backend serving up that built front end. And you might have a setup where your dev1 is just proxying back to this. That's fine. I don't want to think too much about that. And now we get to the spot where I don't know what I'm doing. So what I want to do is, well, I guess we haven't even brought React Router in, so I think we need to start with that. So here we have an app, just a single page guy. And so we'll throw in a very basic React router, and then we'll poke around that a little bit. So what's going to happen here? Probably would eventually be easier to have this run the dev, but that's okay. Now, so npm I React router probably, and probably React router on. I'm in TypeScript, so I probably need these guys. Okay, and wow, that was not right. We really want an overview tutorial examples. Oh, that's a lot more than I would like. Adding a router. Great. That's what I want. And we'll just yoink everything out of here. We just want super basics of a router to not distract us from anything. Not how I want that to be, but that's okay. Why you complain on that? That's incredible. Cool. Why did the stream just wig out? Okay, great. YouTube says my bitrate is going down. Okay, we're fine. Where was I? So, we have a router. More typically, this would be kind of in a different fashion. So let me refresh what that is, if that's even in existence. Outlet, close. How do I get that fun old route? Or does it even matter? I guess it's effectively the same thing. I was kind of looking for is when you do the whole like route and then blah blah blah, but that might be an earlier version, and that's okay. So we can stick with this, and let's do maybe pages, home page, TSX. Yes, I should have a thing set up so I don't have to type this every time, but sometimes it's good practice. Okay, and then instead of that guy, we get home page. Probably need to do it like that. Yeah. Okay. And then do an about page. Thing except about. And change. Okay. So in theory, need to read it again. And I have problems. It's not read. I thought that would be okay, but I guess not. Okay, home and about. Great. So you can imagine you have a billion more routes, whatever, that's fine. But what we want is some way to get it so that one of these guys is effectively running remix. Which might be useful to just, I'm going to bring in a remix project here so we can kind of compare. So and throw that. Yes. Remix. No. Sure. Okay. So their fancy bit is this. We can put it in routes, picks up the name, and auto generates the route. But really, some of the niceties, so that gives us kind of the server-side rendering side of things. But apparently React Router has these loaders already. Blah, blah, blah. Upgrade. Switch to routes. That's the style I was looking for. They should be the same, I would assume. So a thing, so doesn't really make sense on the about page, but essentially loader is kind of one of the key. I think you would have one. Oh, you don't even have one? Yeesh. Let's confirm this. Here you would get loader data. And then I always forget what this guy is. Loader function args. There we go. And I think that's correct. Data. That doesn't seem right. Really? I'm pretty sure there's a different way of doing that, but we won't get into it. So I don't believe that this is actually true. Data for route that is returned from the loader. So this is more likely string. Good enough. Okay. To value. Just move all of this stuff and do a dev course. Sorry, but I want to offer promotion of your channel. No thanks. That would be wonderful for you to not do this. How does one even delete a message? That's fine. I'm just gonna, oh, clear task, better yet. Goodbye, message. Okay, so this guy is now running. And we get welcome to test. So if we were to compare that over here, I actually know these loaders. Oh, interesting. You just manually wire it up. Huh. So I would do export function. Do the same thing. Contacts, get contacts, sure. What is your get contacts doing though? That's fine, you don't need to put it. Just magical get contacts. There it is. No, that's the routes. Whatever. Test. Should be similar thing. Zero. Data. So I'm supposed to do this. It's so bizarre. Sure. You tell yourself that. There has to be a way to get those connected correctly. There. What about you? Now come back here to the home page. So loader, we supposedly can do loader. I now understand why remix was created, because hooking that up every time would be really annoying. This makes sense. Test hello value. So supposedly already something's gonna be playing. Nope. Okay, so that's I can see why they got to this place that they got, because what is remix at this point? Remix is really just this convention of having your things in a folder and automatically pulled from there. And if we were to do that, we would want to attach remix at a particular folder, which we can. And okay, close. So in an ideal world, if written correctly, this component now immediately works pulled into remix. And then what I could do, if remix was set up correctly, is remove this and have that served up. The challenge would be making sure that these routes continue to work in addition to the other ones, which I think should be totally fine, because this is where we'll come back here. Somewhere. Is it quick start? I kind of thought it was. add a remix plugin to Vite. No, bring your own server, okay? Request handler. Right, this fun guy. Client. That's everything we send there. But if it doesn't find it, we want it to fall back on this. So it'll be interesting to know if that happens right away or not. We'll figure that out. Guy. Okay, a little more complicated here. Remix from node, React, serve we don't need. So we need some of all of this. So, and then this is where it gets interesting. Now we have separate folders, but we want them to kind of interact together. These guys. And it's okay. That in there. I guess we could give it a whole new route. It's not going to go here though. Let's find out. And then X. I think that should fix this. Adding an import instead. And then I need to act. Yeah, I mean, I can run this. Build. Remix command, not that. What? What am I supposed to do about that? Serve, is that under the serve package? Why are you? It's gotta be something silly. Not determine executable to run. Oh, you know why? I know you have no modules. What you talking about? Beat. Do you have going here? Next we build K. Is it this guy? Or is it this guy? Maybe it's this guy. That feels kind of positive. PX. Hey! And it built. And put our stuff here. Now your build client, yeah. So you're telling me I do this guy, of course. Use import outside the module. I ran into this last time, and what did we do? Do I just change this to JS? Is that what you're gonna want? It says import. I really want to have to. That's a type of module. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Good. Easy, easy, easy. 80 still. World. It's hello world. This guy? Yes, it is. Okay. I don't think will happen, but who knows? It's 4 not found. So we ideally want is on 404 here to pass through to these other guys. Still feel like that's going to give us routing issues. But I guess this route, instead of being here, we essentially, oh, okay. Can we just replace this guy? Oh, that's the result. Get out of here. Main. So it's kind of this guy, which means we should be able to what else do you have in here? It's really all you are is the app. We also got this stuff, which we don't have otherwise. ideally we want this to wrap this guy so that we don't have to make any changes here. Which I think means that this one could die. So if that is true, body outlet. But we need that outlet for all of their magic sauce. Alternatively, we have a catch-all route. Let's try that, see what we see. Not what I want. Oh, that's right. So we could manually define routes. It's not horrendous. A little bit of work. Define routes. Is that already in there or not? Plugins. Config plugins. Remix. Inside that guy. So that's, I guess that's kind of the inverted way of doing it. Is if I put this Vite config, which I guess the Vite config is already, no way, it's one already there. Plugins React. Interesting to figure out how we are going to pull this all together. What kind of server are you running? You're free to delete this file if you'd like. Pass through, like where? Upload context. And there still is some magic file, I would assume then, that's actually running this. So it'd be interesting to know what that is. And that seems like an interesting, like, how do you get around that in React Router? I still have questions on that approach. Okay, we're 40 minutes in. What I really want, I don't actually care about server-side rendering. Maybe that's a good place to start. Don't care about server-side rendering. Let's leave all this garbage we've done here. I actually probably would need to undo it, take it back to how we had it. So let's do that for now. Oops, I didn't need to run build. You should still be. Okay, now you're back to the correct one. Great. Instead, got your remix teeth config path. Let's just ignore that. Plugin adds remix. Let's see how this goes. And this home route maybe allows me to have file. Oh, it's app routes. Okay, you're constantly in the way. For app routes index. Supposedly, what's your problem? Why are you the only one who has that problem? Oh, source. App? I guess so. Did I just lose what I was hoping to have? We'll find out. I did. Second one, plugin remix to get down. This a new route. Home route.tsx. It's hard to know. Does it tell me here? App about home route. So I would think I should be able to do. That's probably already. Oh no, we're not even in a routes folder. So app maybe it's by default home route. So routes, which specifically. So this might need to be routes. Index. How does it put that? Index route that does not allow child routes. Yeah, I guess so. Good air, good air. Good work. Missing root route file. Oh, that's right. We need one of these Rudy roots. Perhaps we can borrow from here. Place. Sure, they were close. But do you ask for one here? Do I need to tell you it? Oh, there. Isn't that where I had it? It's probably let's define routes. Relative to remix config defaults to app. So if it's not finding it, then it's having problems. I don't have a remix config, but I would assume it's doing the top level. So we might need to say something like that. Okay. So that's hello world. That's the root. You're giving me problems, of course. Because now you're kind of hijacking everything still. But if you are root outlet. By that. Okay, that worked. Still not found. But these would only work. Okay. Do you tell me it is already defined? Okay, so that we get for free. Both sets will be merged. So we maybe actually need the reverse. That's what it is. So we get that middle guy for free. Instead of new, this would be about. And I don't know what you're relative to, but we're going to find out. But do I point it here? Yeah, that seems okay. Oh. Source app pages. Okay, so you are coming through source app, which we probably don't want. We don't want to move it. Could we just do source pages. Could pull that root out here. Loader. So there's no way to handle it. Okay, that's not so bad. Fine, return. Just return null. Okay, so you only return the loader. Great. I think I understand, but that's unfortunate. It's not quite what I want. Like, really, I still want to be able to point here, otherwise I have to redefine all of those. So maybe that's telling me I want... Where are you? Here. Remotely touching document, thank you very much. Oh, so fun we are. Doesn't really give us anything. We set this up so all of them had a loader and an element. These were only our pages. Eventually, we could just pull it all at once. It's a little bit trickier, but probably more successful. So I don't know how the bridge works between browser router. So we need this to load, and then if I click the link, we kind of want it to still be the same app. But if this router doesn't know about it, that's probably going to be a problem. So we do want this to effectively become the new route definer. So no matter what It's kind of more work than I thought or I would like. Maybe a migration guide would help, but okay. I think we might leave it there. I don't have a solution, but I didn't expect to come to one. No, I want to see this work somewhat. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Hmm. Let's try remix define old outer. Well, I should have started here. Holy smokes. Example background. Okay, there's so many things that just became apparent. And of course you have. Upgrade, install remix, set the conventional app root. Put all your existing code into a directory within app, like old app. Okay. Move browser router from your app. Just export default or whatever file has the root component. Build stuff and use the remix CLI instead. Builds an app upgrades fast. Make sure it gets fine. And we server commit push over time, build routes to the routes directory until you bring everything over, you're done. That makes some sense. How about that? Okay, so then that would allow us to not do this. Root, so we still put the root here, I would think. FE app. Then this guy can maybe come all the way here. Yeah. Good. And then you say, change this guy, old app, slap that in there. And then you become, no, do I even get access to this already? Probably not. App pages about page.txt. Just do that. Where are we right now? We're inside that bad boy. I think that's probably, I've done this wrong because I tend to do that. Index about. That probably. Let's just get it to stop complaining, if that's even true. Cannot redeclare export. Sure. Default selection. Still don't like it. Routes about index. We're so close. You're picking that one up, right? Welcome to test. So oh, this is supposed to be route. You about. Okay. Intriguing. And then so you'd still have to restructure all of your routes, which would mean any of this stuff you deal with. If you don't have too many routes, that's not too bad. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay, I think that begins to answer the questions I had. There's one last piece here where, say I have some API stuff. How do we see, is there a way to get Remix proxy to API server? Is that a possibility? So we're cron, I'm using Remix resource route. Use API create proxy. Interesting. Okay. And we're gonna leave it there. That sounds good.